I am a woman who's been through a lot, and I have pretty much dedicated myself to the work of God, to ministry, which involves taking care of those who are less fortunate, and especially our sisters, teaching them, to overcome obstacles, teaching them that I always say the floor is not for you, and teaching them that as they rise, always remember to take another sister with you. I am a writer. I love to write, and I have a couple of books out on Amazon. And it's always it's on the same it's the same theme of doing good. From the ashes, lessons we learn, and there's a version of it in English, and there's also Renit Widuseton, which is the French version of it. I'm also a physical therapist. I love media, and so I host a radio show on a radio station that I love, Radio Experience, and they broadcast 6 states. They're all over the place as far as the internet is concerned, but they have frequencies in 6 different states in the United States, and they also broadcast in the north section of Haiti as well as the south. The name of the show is Plus Haut Plus Loin, and we encourage people to always rise and not to not to cower. That has become the work of my life in a nutshell. That's who I am. My organization is Samaritan Global Outreach. It started 9 years ago as an organization, again, for women, because I had gone through something very traumatic. Plus, since I was young, I had always wanted to have an organization like that. So we started out as an organization to help women, and over the years, we've actually grown. From we started out as a telephone line, prayer line kind of a thing, addressing the needs of women and praying with them and so forth. And over the years, we've grown to not only have our flagship program, which is called Fanm Potomitan, and it's for women, obviously. But we also have our super champs, which are the kids that we love and take care of in Haiti. We also have mission trips that we take to Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and we have our men. We are against women calling men dogs, so we call them our heroes, and we encourage men to just become better versions of themselves every single day. And we also have a program for the elderly, our XR Care program. And so we've just grown to something really great. We faced many challenges. One of them was it was really weird because I figured, hey, you're coming out in the name of Jesus and you're doing good, and you're a woman, the carpet is gonna be laid out for you. And I found out that that was not the case. So we had challenges just convincing people to attend our programs, convincing people to even lend a hand in terms of helping, other people, convincing people to take us seriously. And I'm glad that, I didn't let that, keep me down. And of course, God has blessed me with wonderful groups of individuals who work alongside me. I could not, obviously, I couldn't do this alone. But yeah, I've gotten to the point, I've grown to the point where I tell myself now as a woman that, and I realized that I never really needed anybody's permission. I never really needed anybody to hold my hand. The only one I needed to hold my hand was God, and He was doing it the whole time. And so that was one of the greatest obstacles, was trying to prove my program to people who did not seem interested. Whenever obstacles come, I immediately turn to God, number one. But right below that, I would say, are the people that I serve, the people that we serve. When you look at them, when you get to know the people, when you get to know the handicapped children who are, for lack of a better word, discarded in Haiti, who are yo méprisé, when you look at those children, and when you get to go there, and or young, older people as well, when you go over there and you sit and you eat with them and you play with them, and they tell you, hey, nobody does this for us. That makes me want to do more. When I see a femme cajou who was left, for dead, and who didn't end up in jail, who didn't end up in a psych ward, who didn't end up dead, but put 2 feet solid on the ground and decided to buy my story. That things can get better, that life has something great for you. When I look at their journey, when I look at their big eyes, wondering, is this true or not at the beginning? And then I see the journey and I see the transformation. Oh my gosh, that is just fire under my feet. From Caju, as you know, as Haitians, we have two proverbs, right? With From Caju, From te Caju, and From te Caju, li pa mal pour histoire.
Uh-huh.
Well, we actually accentuate the second one, that women are like mahogany, right?
Uh-huh.
Mahogany being strong, durable, choice
Uh-huh.
wood for furniture, and it doesn't take much for it to be restored. And so that's what we want to share with our women. So Femme Caju is a program that empowers women to believe in the better versions of themselves, to let them understand that within them is the power to overcome any obstacle. Within them, just like the mahogany tree, right? They are strong, they are powerful, they are durable, and it doesn't matter what happens to them, they can always come back. And once you come back, you don't necessarily look like where you've come from. So we have different programs. One of the major things that we do is we pray with them, and then we motivate them, we educate them, and we give them the tools to carry on. And of course, with the message, they must reach back and bring up another sister with them. My main goal with this organization is basically to do good, to encourage people to do good, and to just leave a mark in this world, to encourage people to just, that's all it is, just do good. And my goal is to have enough of an outreach or enough of an influence that when I'm gone, that somebody is going to pick this up and continue it, and just extend it to greater parts of this world. But our basic goal is basically to do good. The long-term goal for Samarita is is to be firmly established, is to be known as the do good people. And I want every single one of those ministries,
Uh-huh.
every single one of them, to be operating at the level where each could be, if needed be, considered an independent wheel under Samarita. So in other words, I want our children, right, the super
Uh-huh.
champs. I want a program to be running so well that children in Haiti who are poor, who have no vision, children who go to school. I look at some of the school buildings they're calling school. I want them to know that there's so much more out there, and I want them to believe that they're super champs. And I want a program that's just operating, that could be operating independently. The same thing with From Caju, the same thing, with our program for the elderly. We take trips whenever it's possible, because we love to be hands on. But being that we're in different countries, we really use technology. So we have groups so active, it's unbelievable. We
Uh-huh.
motivate each other. We love each other on those groups. We communicate every single day, and we have ongoing programs. That they actually are organized over there.
Uh-huh.
We have a regional director that makes sure that everything happens the way that it's supposed to happen. And so doing business at a distance is really not hard, because what I love about people, and this is another thing, what I've discovered about people is that if you show some interest in them, they will organize themselves and they will make things happen. So once you have a group of people, that you really love and who really understand you and you understand them, it's really easy for things to happen, because the goals are the same, the visions are the same, and you're on your end doing your part, and they're on their end doing their part. And so it's very, very easy. For example, in Lagunav, for the Femme Caju, we wanted to build up the beginning of what was going to become a plaza, like a marketplace for them, right? So
Uh-huh.
on our end, we do what we had to do to help them with the supplies. But let me tell you, when they started building, the women were out there, with the tools in their hands. The men were out there. They made it happen. And it goes to show you that people really are not looking for a handout in many cases, but they just need a little bit of help to use what they have within them already, to improve their lives. It has changed me in so many ways. It has enabled me, pushed me to have a closer walk with God. It has taught me so much about human beings, and the good that exists within them. And it has taken me actually from a shy little girl, believe it or not, I used to be very shy. And it's taken me from that to a person who just cannot be quiet now. So it's broadened my horizons. It's meant the world for me. Keep Haiti alive. But in the context of Fanm Potomitan, I would say keep women alive. Keep the idea of elevating women alive. Keep sisterhood alive, because we are so important to society. We carry the brunt of the work. We do a lot of it. We respect our brothers. We love our brothers. We understand their role, but we are so important. And when it comes to nurturing, when it comes to giving hugs, all those things that are so important to children and other women and men also, when it comes to that, we're tip top at that. So I would tell them, breathe life, keep breathing life into Potomita. Do not ever, ever let Fanm Potomita die. Always, I encourage people, and I do it myself. I make it a point to learn something new every day. And I was talking about that just today. It could be a Bible verse. It could be a word in French that I didn't know before. Once I learn it, and I celebrate it, because I'm like, oh my God, now I know a word I didn't know before. So plus haut, plus loin every day. The second one, let's never grow tired of doing good. And that's actually the motto for Samarita Global Outreach. Listen to that little voice in their head. Sometimes it's a little bit of an idea just to do something good, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. It can be a hot plate you bring to somebody. It could be a phone call you make to somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time. Just let's inject some good vibes into our world, because we really, really need it. So it doesn't have to be big. Small things sometimes mean a world. It means the world to the person who receives it. So just make it a point, if you can, to do something good every single day. The other thing is addressed to you guys, Fanm Potomitan. I really, really love this movement. I don't know how, how God did it, but the fact that we cross paths, that just means so much to me. I love what you do. I love that you give. Everybody's looking for some level of validation, and sometimes you have sisters out there, I know them, who are working as CNAs. They're working, in the hotels. They're not making great money, and yet these sisters are building tools. These sisters are investing in people, and not only in Haiti, but everywhere. And they do so much good, and sometimes nobody sees them. So I want to thank you for seeing those women. And I'm about seeing women. I'm about seeing the woman, that leaves her house and every single day, and nobody sees her. But you know what? The work that she does means that now her son, her daughter can become a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, and sit in high places in society where she'll never have the opportunity, to be, if they don't bring her there. So I just want to thank you for seeing the work that women like myself, are doing out there, and just for giving it value and recognizing it. It really means the world to me. So thank you. You can direct them to our website, which is mysamarita.com. Samarita is Samarita, mysamarita.com. And they could also email us at mysamarita@gmail.com. They can find us on every social media platform, either under my name, Maryse Nelson. Maryse is spelled with a Y, Maryse, or under the name of the organization, Samarita Global Outreach.